G'day, welcome back to my 7th video. My name's Peter. I'm a licensed forklift instructor assessor here in Australia. I apologise for not posting last week. I was in hospital, had a minor operation, but I am now ready to go. This video will be a double video. I'll be putting two subjects in one. Remember to do my quiz once finished watching these videos. Give all the questions a try, see how good you are. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Today's subjects are about attachments and batteries. Attachments. The first thing we got to know is how do we fit them to the forklift and what's the legalities involved. The next thing you need to know is how will it affect your forklift if you add an attachment. An attachment is a device that you add to your forklift to help with any particular job you might be doing. You've got pallet grabbers, jib attachments, carpet spikes, and many others. I'll be only showing you a few of the different types of attachments that are out there. The first thing you need to know about an attachment and a forklift is the forklift are able to take that attachment. There are a couple of legalities involved in if that forklift can take the attachment on or not. First of all, you need to know if that forklift is rated for that attachment. How will you know that? You have a look at the forklift's data plate. Now, we've talked about the stability triangle and your load center in a previous video. If you wish to go back and have a look, quite welcome. So, because you're adding more weight by adding the attachment to the forks, you are going to lower your forklift's capacity. If you lower the forklift's capacity, you need to know by how much. If the forklift can lift up a load 1.5 tons, Australian tons, empty, if you add the attachment, the ratio could drop right down depending on the attachment that you are using. The capacity could be as low as 700 kilos. Again, you'll find that information on the data plate. The next thing you need to know is how to securely fit it to the forklift. You'd have to refer to the manufacturer's instructions. Because they vary so much, the attachments in their design, each one's going to be individual, how to securely fit it to that forklift. And yes, it needs to be securely fitted, not just whacked on. Now, as I said, there are many different types of attachments. Limitation is your imagination of the types of attachments that can be fitted to a forklift, as long as they meet the engineering requirements. I'm going to run you a little video just to show you what different types of attachments there are out there. Some of the different types of attachments out there. We'll start with video 1. If you notice, there's a whole array of attachments. You've got a bail clamp, you've got a folding pusher, you've got a rotating fork, bail clamp, tire clamps. As I said, your imagination is your limitation on what types of attachments you can have out there. Now let's show you a different type of attachment. It's called a carpet spike. It's literally what it is. It's a spike that sticks into the middle of carpets so you can easily lift them. Now, with a carpet spike, because it's so long, your load center is going to be very far forward. So that will decrease your capacity of your forklift immensely. Let's have a look at it. You can see how long it is. Be hard to maneuver around corners too. You really got to know what you're doing. And you really need to know the capacity of your forklift. The next video is a paper roll clamp. It's just showing you its functionality, how it can go up, come down, spin around. It's not showing you using a paper roll, but it gives you an idea of its capacity and what it can do. Like any other forks, it goes all the way up and down, picks the paper roll up obviously, and you'll see it can spin around. Doesn't do much, but if you work in a paper mill, that will come in very handy, a clamp like that. The next video is of a push-pull attachment. It literally pulls the stock off and pushes the stock on to a pallet. You'll see how it works in a minute. I'll have another video later that shows you demonstrating that function. But let's have a look at the attachment before we do. It grabs the stock, pulls it onto the spikes, and it also pushes the stock off the spikes onto the pallet. The next video is of a rotator. It's good and designed to empty bins out if you're trying to throw rubbish out, or if you need to put stock into hoppers from the pallet or from another steel container. They're very good. Let's have a look at it and you can see how it functions. You notice all it does is just rotates, and it tips the it can go 180 degrees. Good to put stock into hoppers, etc., things like that. The next video is of extensions, extending your forks. We call them slippers. Literally they are a pair of slippers that you put over your forks and you attach and secure on at the back of the heel of your fork. Now if you have a look at them, very basic, very simple. They just literally extend your forks. And again, your load center is going to be extra long, so you're going to reduce your capacity. What could they be used for? You can use them to pick up 2 pallets at once instead of 1 pallet, especially if you've got 2 light pallets. Instead of stacking them, you pick them up long ways. Slip on, and that one's got a locking mechanism at the back so they don't slip off while you're driving. Now the next video, I showed you this earlier. It's of a rotator. You can see it working and how you can tip stock into stillages, into containers, into the back of trucks, tip trucks. Let's have a look at it. See the video, you see the guy pull up to the truck, it swivels, and whatever's inside it, in this case looks like rubbish, I don't know, I could be wrong, and it tips out into the truck. And that's what they're good for. Now the next one is a push-pull attachment. You can see how it pushes the stock off and pulls the stock on. Let's have a look at it and see how it works. Pallet comes up. The mechanism goes in, grabs the pallet, or grabs the stock on the pallet. There is a cardboard sheet between them. Pulls the stock on, and pushes the stock off. Push-pull system. Quite fascinating to see them working. Now let's see the paper roll clamp work. Comes up to your paper roll, literally a clamp, clamps it on. Picks it up, and you can see him twirl it around. So you can change it from laying down to sitting upright. Handy to put in and out of machines. One of the many jobs I had as a storeman. Easy to maneuver those 3-4 ton paper rolls. This next video is a drum lifter. There's different types of drum lifters. This is one type. It's literally like a paper roll clamp. Comes around, clamps the drum, lifts it up, and you can do what you like with it, like the paper roll clamp. Let's have a look at it. Single drum clamp with rotator. So you can actually pour it out. The next video, it's a pallet clamp again. It's a different type of pallet clamp. It clips up on the top and it's got a supporting bracket down the bottom. Let's have a look at the video and you'll get your idea what it's like. You can see it's grabbing from the top and supports it down the bottom. That one you cannot rotate. That one's a straight up lift, move and put in a new position. As promised, there are two subjects. My next subject is batteries. It's going to be a short one. Really what you need to know about batteries is where to charge them and have good ventilation. Why? Batteries, when charging, produce gases, hydrogen and oxygen. Both are highly flammable. One small ignition source, we've got an explosion. Let's watch the first video to see what I mean. The first video, some guy's doing an experiment. He's got a small battery. Now keep in mind, we've got a small battery. Forklift batteries are a lot larger and produce a hell of a lot more gas. But he's got a small battery and he's pumping the gas into a glass and he ignites the gas. Let's have a look. Who he is. Puts a flame in and you hear the pop. A large pop. That's a lot of gas. This next video is a guy doing an experiment with solar panels charging a car battery. He intentionally collects the gas to show the hydrogen that's produced from it. Again, a car battery, not a forklift battery. Let's have a look at the video. You see the solar panels. He's got his battery set up. I'm not sure what that's referring to. It's got it all hooked up. You can see the breather valve there, pumping the hydrogen out, and he's collecting it into a test tube there. You'll see that there. Now to prove, he uses an igniter and pops it. Now with the next video, you need to remember all you need is a small ignition source. A very small ignition source. So we're charging a battery here and it explodes. Again, a car battery, not a forklift battery. Let's have a look and see what happens. Awesome. So what do you need to know about charging batteries? First thing, charge in a well ventilated area so the gases do not build up and create a potential explosion. Remember to wear the right PPE. The two main things that you need to know while charging batteries. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.